Hey folks, hey, listen, how to tap into your collective unconsciousness, okay? So listen, real briefly here, I want to talk about and teach you, okay, briefly how to tap into what is called the collective unconscious. Now I know many of you have never heard that word, but it was made popular by a man by the name of Carl Jung, okay? And he believes that we all have what is called the collective unconscious, which is basically it's knowledge that we all share as human beings, okay? Like holidays, we all celebrate holidays together. Parades, we go to parades together. Parties, we all cry, we all laugh, right? We all take dumps. So the collective conscious is similarities that all people all do. Now, the question is to you is, well, Wesley, how is it possible that we can tap into this mind to be able to manifest what we want, right? And I want to show you something here live on the video right here. Listen, as you're watching me and as you're looking at this video, you are aware of me speaking. You may be aware of my smile, right? But at the same time, consciously, you may not be noticing this scar that you think is a dimple. Unconsciously, consciously, you're not aware, give me a second here, of that I'm wearing 100K per day here on the shirt here. Now, why is that applicable to what you're trying to do as it relates to wealth and to manifest your desires? And let me tell you a story here. And I'm going to give you the reason why I'm wearing this shirt here and why it's so powerful to my success and to my continued success here. So years ago, when I was buying cars, right? Many of you know I have about 8 luxurious cars here. I live in Houston, Texas here, and I've always wanted vehicles, okay? But it was a time that, what's so funny? I wasn't even thinking about a Lamborghini Urus, okay? The Lamborghini Urus is a SUV version of the Lamborghini here. But I remember when I bought my first Lamborghini, which was a Lamborghini Huracan. It's red. You can look on my page if you want to look at it. But Lamborghini, and I love Lamborghini for this, Lamborghini Houston here, what they used to do and what they still do, they send you brochures of new and upcoming cars, okay? So they sent me a calendar, and I had a calendar of the Lamborghini Urus. And guess what? It was beautiful. It was yellow. And what I did was, actually my house manager, Lupe, she put it on my counter. Now listen, this is before I was living where I currently live now. I was living more towards the Galleria, and I had a picture of that Lamborghini Urus, okay? Yellow. Now listen, I had no intention of buying a Lamborghini Urus. I had no intention of buying another Lambo. But as years passed, maybe 1 year, I had a thought that I wanted to buy another car, okay? But I didn't know which car that I wanted to buy. So I usually buy a few cars a year, maybe 2 to 3, I don't know, along with different homes and rental properties here. And I didn't know what car I wanted to buy at the time. Then all of a sudden, I thought about the Lamborghini Urus. It popped into my mind out of nowhere, right? And let me stop here. See, a lot of us believe that we make random decisions about things, or we select things. Listen, it is nothing random about your decisions or your selection process with anything. Women, men, who you marry, who you date, the stores you go to, the type of food that you like. Nothing is random at all, as you research more in psychology, which I've done. So I remember going to the dealership, right, and say, hey, I'm looking for a Lamborghini Urus. Now listen, I didn't know what kind of color I wanted. I just was thinking about it. I went to Lamborghini Houston, and guess what I saw? A beautiful yellow Lamborghini Urus that was just sitting on the showroom floor. And that thing was lovely. It was gorgeous. Beautiful interior here. And I was like, wow, this is mine. This is what I want. And I remember writing a check for it. I think I paid about $250,000 cash for it at the time. And I had a Lamborghini Urus, which I had no intention of buying. I never thought I would buy one. As a matter of fact, when it first came out, I was like, I don't really like this car. But now I own one. And I owe that to the collective unconscious. Tapping into the collective unconscious. Just by having the image in my home of that beautiful car allowed me to unconsciously, because it took me a year and a half to actually make the selection, unconsciously to purchase the vehicle. Now listen, back to me here and back to you. You see that I'm wearing this 100K per day shirt here now, You may be thinking I'm wearing this to brag or to be braggadocious, right? Or to some form of arrogancy. Not at all. Not at all. Because I am tapping into the unconscious part of my mind, the collective. Every time I wear this shirt, I am not consciously focusing on this, but my unconscious mind does see it. You see my chain here? Look here. So I had my jeweler, because see, I know this works, and I want you to believe it works too. I had my jeweler create these letters that said 100K a day. 100K a day. You see that here? 100K a day, all gold. It's like $10,000 for this, right? Why? Because every time I get up in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror here, I see 100K a day. I see 100K a day. Now, what is 100K a day? Well, that's the goal. Now, the question is, well, Wesley, are you close? Very close. But I wouldn't be, in my opinion, so close to the goal unless I was visually seeing exactly what I want. The point is this. Whatever you want, you have to realize that the world is full of distractions. So many distractions. Like right now, I'm driving my Rolls Royce here. I'm at the car wash, getting the car wash here. But listen, when you're attempting to focus on a goal, but when you leave your house or when you pick up your phone, you're constantly distracted. Does that make sense? We're always distracted by the outside environment here. So to circumvent that, to navigate around that, what you do is be very strategic, and you start to prime yourself unconsciously. Whatever your goal is, if it's $10,000 a month, $10,000 a day, get a shirt made. Costs $5 to do this, right? Steve Harvey did this best. I remember watching a video with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is worth about $200 million, right? He's the comedian that he deals with. Oh man, this guy. Hey, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. He's the guy that's on Family Feud. Now check it out. Now I didn't learn this from him. I was doing it before I heard that he did it, but this validated that it worked. So Steve Harvey, with his talk show, he wanted to hit a certain level of rating. I forgot what the rating was, but all talk shows like Ellen, Oprah, they have what is called a rating, which allows them to make more money and allows them to be syndicated more on television here. And what Steve Harvey did, so Steve Harvey is very famous for his suits. So on his suits, on the collar of his suit, he will put the rating that he wanted his show to be. And every suit that he will create and make and get tailored, he had the number of that rating on his sleeve. On his sleeve, right? And guess what? After years pass, he has a video on YouTube about this. He actually received the rating that was always, I think it was on his sock, and it was on his sleeve of his shirts here. Listen, if you want to tap into the unconscious part of you, it's important for you to put your goal around you. It's important for you to see it, feel it, to imagine it, to see it every day of your life. You know, before I was driving a Rolls Royce, I'll never forget when I was driving a 1988 Honda Accord, and I'm gonna let you go here. Let me show you something. I used to hang a Mercedes G-Wagon, a picture of it right here. I was driving a 1988 Honda Accord, no AC, no nothing, but it was there for years. And every day I would see it because that was one of my dream cars. And now I own it. So much love. Listen to this over and over again. Listen, everything that I share with you is my philosophy. You don't have to believe it. All I ask you is this. Have an open mind. Okay? Have an open mind to it. And I want you to truly believe that you can do it. Okay? You got this. I'm here with you. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Let's go! Later, folks.